Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Timberborn Z. We're in the middle of a drought. All of the water stopped doing the water thing, so that's kind of stinky. But we finished the a fair portion of some additional windmills, so that's quite beneficial. We finally got the wind or the paper mill in, so that's gonna be pretty good. We could actually maybe start thinking about doing books. But that requires science and copious amounts of paper, which, given enough time, we could produce enough paper to actually get that running, and that would actually increase the livelihood of our beavers for a fair amount of time. I did figure out what was going on here. At the end of the last episode, I figured out, oh yeah, it doesn't give you a notification like, hey, I'm not connected to anything. So this little path right here wasn't connected. So that's why none of the beavers were using it. So we got that rectified, so that's working, and so that's pretty neat. So, at the beginning of the last episode, however, I did mention that I wanted to get in here and start installing our levee system here. Now, that requires copious amounts of lumber, which I wouldn't say we have a copious amount of lumber, but we have a fair amount that we could start the process. And since we now have access up here, we can start removing some of these stairs and getting up here and placing our levees down, which is going to be a relatively small project in the grand scheme of things, but for the beginning of the playthrough, I feel as though that's going to be quite the activity, and I think we should be okay doing that. Yeah, these guys are about to pop. This has another 15 days, but the stuff that was planted near the beginning, that's going to provide us a fair amount of lumber. And then we've got all of this that's popped down here. That'll provide us a decent amount of lumber as well. We just need to actually get people in there to help with the lumber production slash chopping it down, which means probably expanding our total beaver population one more time. Now, always, and you guys know this by now, I'm always gun shy about this idea, or always gun shy about expanding our beaver population until we're quite ready for it. But I think we're doing okay. We've got 2,000 units of food, 2,000 units of water. We've got a small water storage system. We have the capacity to pump water pretty quickly, and we still have 6 days left in this drought, which was originally a 12 or probably I'd say 12-day drought, maybe an 11-day drought. Either way, there's water stored back here, so we can actually take advantage of that, dump that into here. These guys can pump that out, which will continue to fill the rest of our tanks, which will be beneficial for our beavers. And then we can pause these guys, get them to work doing other things like chopping down trees and filling up our tree storage. Now, of course, we still have the rest of our industry running right now, so all the trees that are chopped down are probably going to start getting turned into logs, or planks, I mean. We are already full on gears, though, so that shouldn't be a major problem for us. And, of course, some of the other industry places require planks or lumber as well, like the smelter here does require logs to actually produce the metal blocks, but that's fine. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get in here. Let's rip some of this pathway out, which if we click here, we could see that we are still connected. Everything is still Gucci there. We can go ahead and click that button. We should still... I don't know why it's orange. I feel as though it should not be orange, but alas, it is. So that's fine. They've got that access point, and since I did figure this out, the zip line is attached in the appropriate way, and if we click the play button, you can see our beavers actually taking advantage of the zip line. That guy's hungry, though. I'm sorry. Who are you? Come here. I need to figure out who you are. Go eat some food, Dr. Bean. Come on, Dr. Bean. I believe in you. Anyway, I don't necessarily want to rip out our pumps right now, because that will be a good place for us to continue to pull water from until we get the rest of this system installed. And we're not going to block off the river until we are ready to do so. And then we can start moving our pumps from down here to up here somewhere, either on platforms or on overhangs. Probably on overhangs, because those are actually, I don't know if it's cheaper to do overhangs or just do platforms, but I feel as though overhangs are much more entertaining to play with. Let's see, just quick mathing real quick. If we were to do 9 triple platforms, that'd be 90 planks. If we did do 3 of these, that'd be 45 plus some logs. So 45 planks, 45 logs, and 18. So technically it is more material. I don't know. I will tackle that when we get to it. So let's go ahead and first start putting in our levee system here. And we're going to take advantage of the fact that the game lets us do this. And I should probably provide them a route to get around to this other side. We don't need this down here anymore. But if we go ahead and attach or create some sort of, would it be cheaper to do this? I believe so. So we'll go ahead and place that there, grab this path, put that across, and that will connect up just like that, so we can gain access to all this water stuff. That's 10 units of water. We can go ahead and just pull that out, and we can start ripping this out here as well. And this will, we should be able to recollect all of that material. That won't be a major issue for us. And I believe I don't have the builders working on anything else right now, so that will be a good thing for them to work on. And then we can also go ahead and just grab this, rip that across like such as, and so that puts us on the appropriate height. I do want to get them away around up here though. Let's see. It means probably doing something along these lines right here. And put another triple platform right there. Grabbing that. And placing one last triple right there. We can rip this out real quick and then grab that. Just rage across there. Like such as. And then come over here and we can go ahead and finish putting in the rest of the levee system over here. Boosh. And that goes to the top. This goes like that. We can go ahead and do something like that. And then we just rip that across like that. Beautiful. Beautimous, beautiful, beautimous. Sweet. Now, going to need to, if we do this like this in right here, then we can actually just get them up there. They can do all of that without having to go too crazy. And if we do something like this even, then we can put that right there, pull this like that, and they can come across and place all that on top. Now that's going to be a pretty decent thing to get to work on. That's going to be a copious amount of lumber, which we don't necessarily have right now, but I believe that we should be able to knock that out in due time. Now, we could, in theory, pull... Well, first, I want to actually take advantage of the water that we have down here. So let's go ahead and open that up. And then close it, because I don't want that to all just spill out the backside over there, which is what it's doing. Let these guys pump that out, which Heyday, Zerzex, and Zombie Time are all working on, which is quite good for us. They should be pumping. I don't see them doing any pumpage. There we go. Now it's doing the pump things. And I should give this a priority right here. And we need to come up here actually and do something about connecting all of this. However, because that is free power that we are not taking advantage of by doing something like that. And then a little something like that. There we go. And then like that. We will give this a priority bump as well, since this is going to be fighting all of the rest of this before they can actually get to the rest of the stuff. Now, that'll give us access to those 60 units of water right there, which in the grand scheme of things isn't much, but it is something for them to work with. And I'm always a fan of getting free water. Let's see here. All right, so that is going. You guys are out of power, which is anticipated. They've already got all of that connected right there. These are on the ground, which is kind of stinky. But there's nothing that we can do about that. Once this kicks off, though, those batteries will refill. Hopefully a little bit faster than that. Come on, guys. I believe in you. You're almost a tile high. Okay, okay, and there we go. Back down we go. Come on, wind power. I believe in you. Be an extra 77. Still not quite meeting the demand there. Probably pause this guy right here. That's another 80. And we can pause one of these gear workshops. That'll save us a little bit, because I think we're okay on gears for a minute now. And now we're actively, and as soon as I say something, they go back down again. Come on, wind. Do wind things for me. I'm not asking for much, darn it. I'm not asking for much, am I? Go ahead and dump the rest of that in there. That's all going to dry up here shortly, so better be dried up down here than it is dried up there, where we can't do anything with it. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more water. These guys can keep pumping that out, and we could probably plus this up by 2 and let those guys finish pumping out the last bits of the water there, and that'll be good for us. You are bored because you're out of pine resin, so you can go be bored somewhere else. And let's see here. I want planks because we're going to need planks again in the future. Probably pause one of these guys, but I do like the idea of having a lot of metal blocks on hand. Those are always beneficial to us. And we have 46 units of paper around. Do we unlock this? We have the planks, we have the gears. We could go ahead and start putting these guys up here. Like that. Thinking 4 to start out with. Shouldn't be too heinous, theoretically. Get that in back there. Of course, I can't do that because reasons. Oh, goodness gracious. Can we do this right here? And right here? No, we cannot. Okay, so that one's got to be replaced too. Darn it. Go ahead and just rip these out real quick. They're not beneficial to us right now, or we can't even place them there because these guys are too short and they would just hit their own power shafts, so they wouldn't be able to transfer any of the power between them or anything like that. So that's worthless to us until we can get some explosives moving. No need wasting the material on any of that, and we need to get these guys moving so we can get some more of this lumber out. So that's 4 positions right there, or three positions additionally turned on, and that should help with the log production. Now, where are all of our planks going? They are putting in all of our triple platforms already. So that is fine. We can do something like this, though, and do something along those lines up here as well. Do logs, obtain, give this a priority, logs, and obtain. Give that a priority so that they can get over here and we can get our haulers moving stuff up there. Now that is entirely empty, we can pull those 3 out, and now we're back up to a little bit more in the way of haulers, so that'll be quite beneficial. This is not good, but the drought is about to end, so all of that will be re-irrigated And we've got a bunch of these trees popping up too, so that is good. We could pause that guy, unpause that guy. Need to unpause that because those will need to be replanted as soon as beaverly possible. Okay, that guy is not... How did they reach that? How did you guys reach that? I am confusion. All right, we're going to pause that as well so we can keep the haulers moving so we can move the lumber around, which is always good. We're going to go ahead and click this button so that these guys don't have to be too concerned about maneuvering their lumber all over the place. And the same thing down here for Chiyu. Let Chiyu actually focus on doing Chiyu things, which is chewing up logs, which is always beneficial. Now, let us see here. Water is pumping or going again. So that means we're going to lose some haulers, which is not what I want to see happen. Okay, did we build this? We did. Beaver population should be exploding shortly. Or has already exploded. They're just not adults yet. Let's go ahead and check that out. How are we doing on all of these chillins? So we've got 2 or 1 that's about to reach maturity, and then 10 that are nowhere near reaching maturity. So that's neat. That is neat. All right, let's get water moving again. That is priority over anything else. We should be fine with just the 1 for now, or we go ahead and just turn them both on. Let's go with the both option. I like the both option. I like water. The beavers like water too. Let's pull the work hours back a little bit so they can actually get some rest, get some food in their systems before they go to sleep at night as well. So that's helpful for them. Logs are already cranking though, so that is good to see. I don't know why we haven't touched this one yet. We have the planks. I don't know why they haven't actually put them in yet. So let's give this a priority bump so that our haulers can start maneuvering lumber up to here. You know, see? It was right there the whole time. There's nothing to be concerned about. Sweet. Now they can start placing all of that lumber. Let's get this prioritize obtain for our 1 hauler. You get up there and do our 1 hauler's duty. Anyway, bad jokes aside, that's moving, water's moving, food's still holding pretty steady for our population size, so that is pretty good. I'm not concerned about that right now. Let's see how we're doing power-wise. We're not doing the greatest, but this is going back up now, so that is good to see. Not too thrilled about the overall output by these 3, actually. Sure, it should be 135 a pop. We're doing a decent amount above that. Building lacks workers. We're out of haulers entirely, and we are lacking in materials for all of these things, which is anticipated because, they are actively pulling down all of this right now for us. Let's go ahead and pause you. I don't want to pause you because I will forget to turn you back on. How are we doing up here? Maple's almost done. We do have some chestnuts, so we probably should get somebody in here to actually take care of those chestnuts for us. But I don't want to. So that'll be something for me to work on later. Okay, so we had a few just pass from old age, which stinks. Water is not moving in nearly as fast as I would like it to be. We are at 2,000 though. I want another 600 before the next cycle begins. Either way, the next cycle we should be fine with. We have copious amounts of water, copious amounts of food. The temperate cycles are the periods when I'm just severely lacking in the beaver building capacity. I guess I'm back to that point of I'm waiting for the temperate cycles to end so I can get our beavers to work doing productive things like building. Otherwise, they're just pumping water, which is not a bad use of their time, right? We've got to make sure that our beavers are healthy and hydrated. And remember, keep your beavers happy and hydrated, guys. Otherwise, it's just going to end poorly for everybody involved. But I am happy to see that this is already halfway done. Question is, can you guys reach this? Do I have to tear this one out? I probably do. Tear that one out too. And we'll tear that one out and that one out. Have them come clean that up. Our haulers. I don't know if it's our haulers that do that or if it's the builders that come and clean up those messes. I don't know. I do not know. I don't want to take out the dam. I want to take out the path right there. There we go. They've already got all of those logs and that water picked up, which will go and feed all of our medium tanks, which are getting nice and full. I love to see it. I love to see it a lot. All right, next question is, how do we want to do this? Let's go. Actually, let's just do the triples. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and then that is something like that. Then we can put in our large water pumps like this in preparation for the future. Now, I would like to have a place to store large amounts of water, which I don't know where we want to do that, honestly. I do not know. Either way, I think we will figure that out one way or the other. All right, so now we have 2 beavers with nothing to do with their hands. We can actually get them in here to help pump out the last 300 units or 400 units of water that we're going to need before this drought rolls in. And we still have one more with nothing to do. So now we get to be a hauler, or we could actually turn this back on. Yeah, let's turn that back on. And a couple of these kits should grow up here shortly, and that will be quite beneficial. That means that we can potentially turn on the paper mill again and maybe turn on one of these gear workshops, but I'm not quite prepared for that. This is actually going in a little bit faster than I anticipated. I'm happy to see that. That is great. We just lost a couple of our... Yeah, we lost good girl Ghost. Oh no. And Matsuka was born, so there we go. Reckon grew up, so that's good to see. This is going quite nicely, and this upcoming drought will be a perfect time to actually get all of... Water's moving quite heinously quickly through here. Kind of makes sense. It's taking a large curve around and in. And okay, so a little rapid type situation right there. It's still pretty neat. One of the coolest things about this game is the actual fluid dynamics type situation that they've got going in here. So that's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. It's all just waiting on materials. We have 356 units of lumber currently in. This stuff needs to stop flooding. I would like that a lot, please, and thank you. And this is all up. So let's go ahead and unpause Robbie there. Get Robbie in there to do Robbie things. Mark this for cutting, because that'd be sad if it weren't marked for cutting and all that just sat there not being taken advantage of. And I need to actually take out this lumberjack flag and put in a gatherer flag, because that's a smart thing to do with our time. There we go. Now we'll get all of those. Probably give that a priority bump so they can actually get over there relatively soon, so we can get those chestnuts, because, well, we're not running out of chestnuts, so I'm not too concerned about that. And water is almost capped out. We will cap it out in the next 6 to 9 seconds after the next day kicks off, because we've got plenty of pumpers here. They will dry this out, which I'm okay with. And as soon as they empty that, we can probably cycle these guys down here, empty that out. Am I forgetting to turn one of these back on? I am. Okay, get that fluid dump turned back on, and that one's fine for now. This will stay irrigated for a minute, so I'm not too concerned about any of that. Great. I love it. I love it a lot. Things are moving. The earth is shaking. My mind is quaking. Yeah? Alright, let's grab this path so we can continue it along the top so they can continue to work on all of that. They are actively placing all of that stuff for us, so that is quite beneficial to us. And we could go one higher, but I don't want to go one higher. No, this is perfectly fine. Once we do break into explosives, we can blast this down and have a larger reservoir to work with. However, these guys have a max limit of 4, so there's not really any real need to go deeper unless we just want to have a staggered or tiered system of these water pumps. And they would go up and down as necessary, depending on the depths and the depth of the water. But that is for us to figure out in the much further future. I just now realized that this is a pretty long drought. Decently long drought. I was not, yeah, that's what I get for not paying attention. I do need to get over here and install a tapper shack on this end. Otherwise, all of this maple tree or all this maple syrup will go to waste. Not waste exactly, but it's just sitting there not being used, which means we can't actually get into wheat. But we could do something like, well, we can't really do anything like that. We could get up here, maybe. Let's see. Maybe we get up. I want to get up here, actually. That's pretty. I have an idea. I have a wonderful idea. Yes. Yes. It would be a brilliant idea. And I love it. I just... How would we run the poop water off, though? I guess this way? Okay, so we need to get explosives going. That's what I need to do now. We have the science. We have L science, so that is good. And I need to get up there. So we need to do that. That means coming across here, going over here. Okay, great. Brilliant. I love it. So we're going to dip into the super secret special. Hey, look, we already have our way halfway there. So let's go ahead and take advantage of this fact. So that's going to be a double. That's going to be a single. That's going to be there. That goes 2, 1. Kind of need that there. Like that. We'll go ahead and put the stairs in. Pre-plan this out. We can't place them there because I want them to actually get up there and do all that. We can rip this path out here, or we could just do that. Rip this out, rip that out, and then do... Is that a triple already there? Yes, it is. Okay, so we'll just do this. Go there, stairs there, path there. Now we go this way. And I'm thinking, I know, dangerous. I'm thinking what we do is probably install right around here our zipline station up here. I kind of like that idea. Maybe. Maybe here. I think maybe here. Can we go right there? We can. Beautiful. All right. So now I need a place for this to go. Can that connect? No, you cannot. It is too far. Okay. Can I make that connect right here, though? with something like this. Yes, I can. So you add connection to there. You add connection to there. Bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful. It's a little ridiculous, but it works. And I like it a lot. Now, we can take advantage of this up here. Okay. That's something for them to work on for a little bit. We do need to get them down there. That should allow them to actually build that, and they can build that from up here, which is not a big issue for us. We'll let them continue to work that. You guys are bored, so you're fired. You want more water to pump, so let's dump that water in there so those guys aren't bored. Pull that up. And need to unpause that, get those guys in there, and we can go ahead and probably tear this out, honestly. So let's do that. No, actually, let's not do that yet. Not quite there yet. I want more of this complete before we do anything. Could put in a triple floodgate. Maybe? Or we could put a sluice gate down here. Yeah, let's do that. So let's put in a sluice gate down here. Like this. And then we put our levees on top like this. And then on top of that, we put in our single floodgates like that. So any overflow. So this will maintain a certain depth down here, which we can set to, I don't know, 0.5. And that will keep this irrigated, I suppose. And then these guys, the levees on, or floodgates on top will allow for excess water above 0.85 to flow out. Now, it should fill up, theoretically, without too much concern, given that it is a relatively small pool or reservoir that we're creating, so I'm not too concerned with doing something or running out of water, not reaching the top. I don't know what I'm on about. Never mind. Disregard everything that I just meandered or mumbled about. I'm sure that half of you guys do anyway, because I don't listen to me half the time, so I digress. But lumber's moving, so that's good. I want more builders, but I don't have any more beavers to be more builders, so that's not helpful. Anyway, you guys are bored, so I'm going to pull you down to 2. Now you've got more haulers. You're bored for a little bit. Did this get built? It did. You're also bored, so we could probably pause you. To unpause you, honestly. Help out with all of that. This all popped up, so that is good. That will provide us with copious amounts of lumber for lumber reasons. Building lacks material. That's all logs, and we can go ahead and probably toss in another large pile here. Make that logs, hit that obtain button, give that a priority bump so that the builders will come in over and build that real fast. And I want to do... I want to pause you guys. No, I don't want to pause you guys. Finish pumping that out. Okay. And let's go ahead and grab builder huts. Yes. And I will give this a priority bump. That will be good. Let's see. That's pause. Let's go ahead and pause you two, since we're okay on science for a little bit. Planks, we can definitely pause you guys, because nothing is using the planks right now other than what this is, but we've got more than enough to get up to the top. You're going to call for metal blocks, gears, and planks, which we have. Or not gears, metal planks, logs, and... Geez, I know. Logs, planks, and metal blocks. I can read. And then we've got planks, gears, and metal blocks for that. That'll be decent. That's already in, so that is good to see. I think we'll leave this auto open, maybe? I'm not sure. And we do want to give this a priority bump. Actually, that's already in, so that is good to see. You guys are bored. So now you can go and let's see here. Where can we put you in at? More planks? No, planks are full. We could do more sparkly planks. We're going to need those for these guys, right? We've already got 20 or 30 out of the 10, 20 that we need. All right. Science it up, guys. Science it up. We'll go ahead and just fill up the rest of whatever for that purpose. There we go. Great. Brilliant. Maybe we help out with the food production, though we're already full on food. Sunflower seeds could do with some help, but they're being pulled as soon as they pop, so. Okay, back to science. Disregard all. Don't worry about me. I'm just being ridiculous. Alright, so this is kind of keeping up the demand. It kind of helps that we have the majority of our industry paused right here anyway, so there's that. I could have sworn I put a thing here. I was questioning my sanity. Like, why would I do that when these are all connected? But apparently I did not. So good on me for not doing ridiculous things. Cool. Let's see. That's good. That's good. I'm so happy that this actually works here. Like, no more poo water down here. We could probably tear these out, reclaim some of these planks. They are already working on this, so that is good to see, which means they are getting closer to finishing the rest of this. Which means that we might actually have this system complete within the first 45 minutes of this episode. Maybe. Potentially. I don't know. Who knows? I need this. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and rip out this path right here. We're going to go into landscaping. We're going to click this button. We are going to click that button right there. Then we are going to click this button, that button, actually that button, and go here to there. Means we probably need to, oh well, there's no need to actually be doing that right now because we need Badwater, which means we need to find where we're gonna do that. It's a good thing I didn't tear these stairs out. I was thinking about tearing these stairs out. Let's not tear those stairs out, and let's take advantage of this over here. And do something like, like this. Is that excessive? Probably. Yeah, that's excessive. Okay, so we'll just do this. Do that. Now we'll come in here to water. We will click the Badwater pump. Unlock that. Yes. And then do something like that right here. Grab this triple right there and grab the single right here. Hit that button right there, go back into water, grab another Badwater pump, flip that right there. Beautiful. Grab this, connect all that, and that should be Gucci. And we can actually place a medium storage tank right there. That's not helpful for anybody, so let's flip that. So it is helpful for somebody, like such as, boom, Badwater selected, education. Whoa, hey, where did I just lose a bunch of workers? Did I just lose like 40 beavers in one shot? What happened here? Did something get... Oh. That's what it was. Okay, yeah, there's no need for those guys to be turned on. That's not conducive to anything. Yeah. Don't sit in there and do nothing with your lives, okay, guys? There's no need for that. They are working on this actively, so that is good to see. This is awesome. We'll get their stairs up to there. That'll mean we can get over here, but hopefully... I doubt by the time we get up there that we'll have anything installed. But while they're working their way up here, we can... So, before we start here, let me show you guys what this is. So, I don't know if this is the only secret on this map, but if you look in here, there's a little reservoir with a little water source hidden in here, and a little bit of ruins in here as well. So, if you look at the description for the map, they said there might be hidden stuff on the map, and when I first looked at it, I was wondering, why is there a random pocket of green right here? When I was doing the once over, and I was like, oh, fancy. So there's some water down here, at least a water source, which doesn't have anywhere to go right now. So what I want to do is twofold, right? We want to prevent Badwater from getting into our system. So I want to fill this reservoir up right here. One, that's water. Two, irrigation around here, which means we can get up here and do, I don't know what, any number of things. Probably don't need that wide of a situation going on there, and we probably want to put one more levee right here, and shouldn't need to go any further out than that. And then we want to put in one more system right here, like that, so we can keep that water in. Is that too high? Oh, yeah, that's too high. So we can probably just get away with doing that for now. Then we'll have to, I want to get in here and get all that lumber. There's no reason to let it sit there and go to waste. And that's why we're doing this. So 1, water. 2, food. 3, we got to take advantage of free water. It's right there. Sure, it's going to take us a little bit to get to. It's going to consume a lot of effort to do so, but I feel as though that will be quite beneficial in the long run, right? 1 is water. 2, it's a nice pool that we could take full advantage of. I don't know how much that'll irrigate. That might actually irrigate down here, which means we could do something like this. Tell them to stop planting that one, and we could get our farmers up here. When this is full, this will be irrigated theoretically, which means we can get wheat even back in here, so we don't have to expand too much. We might put in another farmhouse down here though, so that we've not, maybe 2. Yeah, click that button and we'll grab this bad Johnny, wrap that around like that. Tear that one out. I want to flip this like such as, and then we can put our stairs like that. And then we could do ridiculous things like this. And then we can put in storage for wheat right here. Wheat. Great. That'll be something for them to aspire to. For now, I want to get up here and do all of these things. We should also continue along this path that we have going right here. Means hitting that button, coming down, and then coming across and downtown, stairs down, path, all along here. Connect that to there. Should be able to build all of that from down here without too much consternation. Then we will get down here. Actually, we don't need to get, well, I do want to get down there because that's free lumber. Free lumber! Might as well take advantage of it. And then we'll get up here like this, like that. We can actually just come across this backside right here. And then crawl up this side like this. And then I would like to put in something like this, not dams. So down here, I want that to go like that, and let's go levees on top. Okay, that's not what I wanted to happen. Okay, bad me. So if it's clean water, it goes in. If it's bad water, it goes out. Right? We don't need to put any sluice gates or anything back here. We'll just have that turned off. We will synchronize. We will close below or close above contamination of 1%. And so when that goes out, and then we need to get in here, and we can go ahead and unlock our explosives like that. Yes. I'm going to need to get them down in there, though. So we'll do that. Okay. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Connect all that up. Nope, that's not going to do anything for us. Let's grab our stairs. Connect that there. Run that across the way. And we can get lumber up here. We can do that. And then we'll have to tear this out on the way through. Give that a priority bump. Let them work on that. But I don't want them to actually actively be working in there because that's not helpful for anybody involved. This is nearing completion, though. Holy Toledo. So they can't get up here, which I should have realized. We should be able to get away with just something like that. And we can go ahead and give this a plus up priority-wise. I would like this complete so that when this drought ends, we can get these guys going right here. Now, it's going to be a pain in the butt to run water about the cabin. However, I'll be very happy that we have these two up here and that one down there. So we should be able to fill up the reservoir relatively quickly. I do want to get more water storage up here, so we might even unlock the large water tank and put that in right here, or maybe rip this large pile out for the treated planks since we're kind of not using them very much. But I do. So that'll close above downstream depth of 0.5. So this will start backfilling. So this will start flooding. So that is as intended. Now, as that floods, it will reach the point where the straws are now touching the tip of the water, you know, just touching the tips a little bit, you know, that's good. Where did all of our planks go? Hello? Planks, where'd you go? All right, we need water turned on more than anything else, honestly. So we're going to go ahead and pause you guys so we can have haulers moving stuff around. Maybe even pause one of these guys to help out with hauling as well. We're fine on lumber for a minute. Logs are... Planks are... What happened to all of them? I don't think... What did we burn 2,000 or 200 planks on? I don't know. I do not. They are slowly putting that in, so that's not bad. I will allow that, yes. Okay, great. Beautiful. Beautimous. These guys should be pumping. We will get these prioritized by haulers so they don't have to go in and out. And we still have 3 haulers in here. Where can we snag a beaver for a minute? So I think we can go ahead and pull that guy out for a little bit. There's our drought notification yet again. And we are nowhere near the amount of water I would like before the drought kicks off. So we're going to unpause that. Pause you. Pause you. Pause you. And pause you. Need planks. We will keep planks moving. You guys are bored because we are full. On scrap metal, you've probably been full for a while and just been sitting on your bums for a hot minute anyway. Now we are fully stacked on all the things, and this is officially in now, so that is good. We still have four builders actively working this, so they can continue working their way up here. That is nearing completion, so that'll be nice. They just need to actually slap it a few more times, and then we will be a Gucci. Well, sort of Gucci. Mostly Gucci? Yeah. Alright. Kind of want to give this a priority because this needs to happen before any of that other stuff does happen, though. Since, well, I can't take advantage of any of this over here until we have, you know, explosives. So we need to get in here and get this finished yesterday. That's going to require a copious amount of planks, though. So I can expand plank production, or we have this one storage spot there. So let's go ahead and expand plank production a little bit. Go ahead and click that button. We'll give this a priority over everything else. We should be fine power-wise for now. These are maxed out, so that is good to see, and I love to see it. Great. This is not filling up nearly as much as I would like it to. Why aren't you filling up? You should be overcapping, honestly. Are you just not able to? Is that what's happening here? Okay, I should probably pull this up to... No, I don't want that. Let's go to 0.45 maybe? Because that won't allow it to go any higher. So I'll just keep dumping water into there. So this should, in theory, get up to this 0.85. What is it at right now? So let's... Okay, so it's at a little bit higher than that. Okay, I want to pull that up. I want to see this thing full. They are actively pumping from it. I don't think that that would be counterproductive to the overall water savings. All right, so that 0.45 should keep water in here for now. We'll have to come in here to top this off every once in a while because of some of the stuff back here is not necessarily, or not entirely covered, but that'll be fine for now. Now these guys can pump for as long as they want, or not as, or as little as they want. And we have a 21-day drought. Longest drought to date. Cycle 15. That's not too bad. 22-day drought. Okay, all right. I see you. I should go ahead and tear these guys out, though. They're just going to be a nuisance. Click that button. And we'll let them come in here and clean this up as they get to it. They should be able to reach that because they've got the stairs in there. We can go ahead and rip that out there too. Brilliant. I love it. Great. And that should give them a few more pieces. So we can go ahead and just rip out these platforms, triple platforms too. And probably tear out these unnecessary paths as well. That should save a little bit of the capacity for my computer to do computer things in the future. We'll see though. Rip this out. That'll get us some planks back. Do the same thing there. Let them come up here and finish the rest of this when they do get to it. I kind of want to give it a bump, but that's fine. This does take priority. Planks are moving though, so that is a good thing to see. We have Heyday in here making more planks with Cranky Wolf and Frostlars, so that is good to see as well. And we could want to actually do something like this here. And maybe even let's see. Maybe something like that. So no, I don't think that'd be very helpful. We can just rip that out, rip that out, rip that out. Well, that one wasn't necessary to rip out. Grab that. Then we put in another storage container right here. Like that. And then we put a path in right there. Now we do Badwater here, and we do explosives there. Now we've got storage. It's not the most beautiful storage by any metric, but it'll work. Which is always a good thing. Now, we should probably pause these guys since we're already full. However, there's no need to. We're already doing decent. Well, I could get them out of there and get science moving again. Science is good. We're going to need gears here shortly again. But that's neither here nor there. That did get the priority bump, so that'll get accomplished. However, the rest of the stuff does need to get done as well. I'm going to pause you, get you unpaused. And you guys can get to work building all of the things for us. Those guys are still pumping the rest of that water out. We'll go ahead and dump out some water for them to play with. Close that up so it doesn't all run out the back end like it just did. And we will check out on how Aurelia is doing here. Looks like we've got our first bit of Badwater already on the way, which means we can give this a priority bump, as well as you, unpause you, and whichever gets done first will be fine. Now, we should have enough beavers running around building things that theoretically maybe one or two could come up here and finish slapping this one around a little bit, finish slapping that, and finish putting this in. However, I think that they're all going to be focused on one of two things. They're going to probably be over here, which they already are. Planks are going in. Gears going in. Metal blocks are already almost in entirely, so that's great. I forgot that I had somebody actively in the metal block factory, which is a good thing. We'll get Patman in here to make some more gears for us, because that's going to be a problem for us. Power's connected. We are very much exceeding our demand, or our supply versus our demand, so that's not good. So let's go ahead and start doing this. I want this in right there. And probably maybe go ahead and just rip this out right here as well. And we put in our large windmill back here. Now, with that in, we should, in theory, be able to put these in and connect them like this. Yes. So we can do that. And we connect that up with all of those things in. And I do want to give that a priority. This one not a priority. And theoretically, that should produce 300 units of wind when it's actively moving. And even when it's not blowing as nicely as, well, even when these are standstill, the larger windmills can potentially still spin. They have larger vanes, right? So they can catch a little lighter wind, theoretically. I don't think that's how that works, but I could be wrong. Either way, I digress. I'm happy to see that this is all in, though, and that we've got Badwater moving. We've got this almost complete. So planks are going in. We've almost got a place for storage for Badwater. This is going good. We're almost at max capacity as far as total storage for water is concerned. So that is good to see. Now they are coming over here to build this. So that is good. It shouldn't take them too long to slap that together. Hopefully, maybe. Now, power's moving because of the gravity batteries, which will keep things cranking for a little bit. But that's in now, so that's good. That's good to see. Probably go ahead and put this in right here. Give that a priority bump and give that one a priority bump. I do want to replace what I've already torn out so they can actually do stuff. Now, you don't need to be in there right now. We have enough explosives for what we need, and I will unpause you so that we can get paper again, which we've already burned through. All of it. Which is not good, but it's okay. Now, what we can do after that is get this in and finished. But I need to make sure that this is all in. It is Badwater. So this is a supply depot. So these two just dump the water into the Badwater into there. Then they run that elsewhere. We can unpause you, pause you, and maybe pause you since we're pretty much... You guys are full on everything. I don't want to lose any of our chestnuts or maple, which... I'm still not taking advantage of the maple yet, but I want to get this moving and get wheat. A large area for our wheat. Now, we are up here. That is connected, so that is good to see. We are moving our way over here, which means we need metal blocks, which we have. Logs, which we have. Planks, which we have. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And the only two positions that we're missing right now are haulers. Get this last bit of water in there. And then we can pause these guys down here. And then we can just move them up here to work semi-actively during the rest of the drought. And this is a hefty amount of water, which I love to see. I love it when a plan comes together, and this went in a lot faster than I thought it would. I'm very, very happy with how quickly this went in. And the fact that we have already started making our way up here, and this is already almost in. It's just waiting on planks, which we have the planks. Now, I do want to go ahead and install one of these bad Johnnies, and we could probably do something silly like put in a small tank and a small warehouse. Tell that to be water. Tell that to be, let's call it, I don't know, grilled chestnuts. You'll be logs. And we want planks up here as well. So a small pile, 4 planks. Once that's all built, then we can focus on getting them prioritized for hauling, which is great. You are nearly bored down there. You guys don't need to be in there. So you guys can go be productive members of society as haulers. I love it. Or we could get you on a spinner wheel, you know. Hey, our network supply has exceeded our demand finally. That's brilliant. That is glorious. You love to see it. Means this is still technically decreasing because we swap sides. That's no fun. All right. Maybe we get up here actually and do something up here. We don't get any bad water down here. Maybe we could do this. Maybe we can go here. And maybe... What do we do with the excess water? Like this could be... No, I don't want to do that. I want to have a controlled source for or controlled area for our aquatic farms. Where do we want to do aquatic farming? That's a good question. get this all cleared out. This would be a good place to blast out and have a good aquatic farm or something. What a nice big flat piece of real estate for us to work in. This is the flattest piece of real estate, but this is going to be one of our reservoirs that we're going to be working in. I do want to give these guys this priority so that they can actually work that. That's in now, so that is good to see, and that will be helpful for them. They're just going to have to come up here, hit the zip lines, and go choop, 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 choop. No more stairs for them. Once they're up here, we can probably tear these stairs out and save some of our... Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. At least tear out the path thing. No, I want them to come and clean up all this lumber and planks, which are sitting in there, not being picked up. That's fine. Probably don't need to prioritize this by haulers, but I do want to hit the obtain button. I will hit the priority button. Why not? Obtain for water, obtain for planks, prioritize, obtain for chestnuts, and obtain for water. So now haulers should bring in all of the lumber, all of the planks, all of the water, and all of our builders should just have to do is go back and forth between our depots here and everything else. Oh yeah, like I said, random green spot. There's just water in there. There's water in there. I don't know if it's that one, that spot right there. Do I need to go deeper? I hope I don't have to go deeper. So let's go ahead and click that button. Let's go down one. It is a couple deep. We'll just blast it all out. We'll have to go a few deep. Take a few pieces of dynamite, which means we should probably give this a priority. So that these guy can... So Patman can make explosives for us. We need more storage for Badwater anyway, because, well, we've already reached capacity for Badwater. So that is fine. Probably turn this on. We'll pull from the haulers a tad bit. We need obtain. I don't need to prioritize that. I do want this applied. Now, the haulers, when they have time, should be able to go back and forth between those two spots without too much problem. Now, they are actively placing or putting this in, so that is good to see. Do I have gears turned back on? I do. I'll probably turn the second one on. That's going to put us down to 4 haulers, which isn't the greatest. We still have 8 builders running around, so I'm not too concerned about that. If push comes to shove, we can swap that around. Now, I do need to turn one of these guys back on so we could take advantage of all of this oak, which is sitting right here, not being taken advantage of, but that means doing something like that. And then... Well, we already have somebody in here helping out, but I'll give them a second one to do things. So now we're up to 2. That's 6 total builders and 5 haulers moving stuff around. Lumber's up here, food and water up here, so these guys should be able to work a little bit quicker, and that'll be great. That'll be huge. That'll be fantastic. All right, so let's see here. 2 injured beavers. You are actively in the medical bed, so that is a good place for you guys to be. I love to see it. Well, I don't love to see that you guys are actively not feeling well, but I'm happy that you found a place to relax and feel better, TK. Okay? I'm glad you could get some help that you need, TK. I know it's hard in this day and age, but you found a place. All right? You found a place where you're wanted. I'm kidding. Sweet. All right, let's see. How is this coming along over here? We could get somebody up here to help tear out some of this lumber. Or we could just let them continue to do all of this up here, which is coming along quite nicely, actually. I'm happy to see it. Only have a few more stairs to get into place, and once all of that's in, they can actually double tap all of this. They can place from the bottom and place from the top, which means that gets done that much quicker, which is good. The more hard points that the beavers can have access to means the faster things get accomplished. Now, are you going to run right by the water? You didn't. Look at you being smart. That is good to see. Let's pause you and get more haulers moving. We're not keeping up with the hauling demand. And maybe unpause Shiny here to go and be a lumberjack flag worker, which is always a good thing. Sweet. I love it. Will we have this complete by the end of this episode? Probably not. But it is progress. We are getting closer to realizing another wonderful dream that they didn't know that they had, but I had it for them. Okay, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Maybe we could just turn this into a giant pool and let them swim in it. And so maybe this will be like their resort away from home, you know, come up here, hang out, go hit up the contemplation spots, go hit up the showers, go drop into Lido, work out a little bit, you know, maybe get a dance hall up here. It could be like Hot Springs, Arkansas, guys. There you go. It's like the Little Beavers Hot Springs up here, except for we're nowhere near mud baths yet, but I digress. I do have to say, though, I'm happy with where we're at. We've got all of our beautiful zip lines moving. We've got a large reservoir here. We are bad tide proof. We've got lumber. We've got industry. We've got big power windmills going. And we're even tapping into a secret water supply. So I think I would call that a pretty good starting point. Sure, it's only taken us 4 hours to get to this point, or about 5 hours worth of gameplay to get to this point. But I would say they were doing pretty darn good. I'd like to believe. And I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, though. If you did, please hit that like button. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate that as well. That all being said, remember, guys, keep yourselves nice and hydrated. Keep Beaver nice and hydrated. And keep rocking the free world. We'll catch you all in the next episode of Timberborn Z. I'm out. See ya.